Hi, welcome back to Slade and Blessed with Jess. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, turn the little bell on to let you know when I've posted videos, and don't forget to share with your friends and family. So, my last video, I taught you skin prep. So, now I want to talk about BoxyCharm. I am a BoxyCharm subscriber. I subscribe to the Boxy Luxe, the Boxy Premium, and Boxy Base. And today I will be using some of the things that I received in my Boxy. So in my Boxy base box, I got this Pure Festival eyeshadow palette. If I could open it, it'd be... There we go. There we go. So this is what the colors look like. Pretty. So a bunch of shimmers. I love that it has a little mirror. That is $36. By the way, I only paid $26. I think it's like $26.50 with tax a month. This by itself is $36. Then you have the 111 Skin NAC Y2 Pollution Defense Booster. If I would have been going outside, I would have mixed this with my moisturizer. So that Neutrogena Hydra Boost moisturizer that I use, you put 1 or 2 drops. This helps prevent, fight off free radicals. As you know, free radicals age you. This helps with that. And this is $135 in a base box, guys. Worth $135. Then you already know I tried to leave these on, but yeah, you have to lay down because they fall. That is the Grace and Stella Anti-Wrinkle Energizing Eye Mask. Those retail for $21. It brings a brush cleaner, which I'll show you in a second. It comes with the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Coconut Spray. So this is a very hydrating spray. Kind of leaves your skin dewy. I don't really like a dewy look, but we shall see how this comes up. And this retails for $22 there. But this is that brush cleaner. So as you're doing eyeshadows, you could use the same brush. You just take a brush and go like this, and you can change colors. And this retails for $17. I didn't make the math, but guys, for $26.50, you get all that. Then in my Boxy Premium, I got the Morphe and Manny MUA Glam palette, which retails for $20. And if you know anything about Morphe, their eyeshadow formula is bomb.com. Look how pretty these colors. And then it gives you, I just messed up my highlight. Then it brings 2 highlights. I'm really, really excited to use this palette. Then you also get the toner that I told you about that I used earlier in my other video. And that is, it retails for $30. Now that toner, because it has the glycolic, if you have sensitive skin, I don't recommend that you use it every day. Try using it maybe every 2 to 3 days. Or maybe once a week, just to kind of give your skin time to adjust, because it's an AHA, so you don't want to irritate your skin. And if you have sensitive skin, it does. I hate to use the word burn, but it does feel a little funky, a little. Anyway, so this is the Kenya Ontiveros Beauty Set and Define, and this is a contour palette, and this is a highlight, and this retails for $42. Then it comes with the Laura Geller Line and Define Dual Dimension Eyeliner. This has dual ends, a coal blue liner, and then a liquid black liner. We'll see if I'll use this. And this retails for $24. And last but not least, it also brings these lipsticks. Folly Fire Matte Manipulation Trio. And it just brings 3 different color lipsticks. So there's a Sunset Boulevard, which is like a mauvey color, Here to Slay, which is red, and then a burgundy, which is a full house. And these retail for $39.99. Guys, it's worth it. You get a lot of high-end makeup for cheap. Okay, so now we will start with eyebrows. Now we're gonna get into the makeup. So what I do is, if you watch my last video, I like to bake my brows before and my eyelids because I have oily eyelids. So, and I have an oily T-zone. So I bake. Trust the process. I bake my forehead, my eyebrows, anywhere where I know I'm gonna get oily, especially my eyelids. I only do my forehead and my eyebrows and my eyelids for a couple seconds, and then I use a brush and I brush the excess powder off. I know, I look real funny right now, right? Trust the process. Okay, so let's get into these eyebrows. Like I said, I usually do them last, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna do them first today so that you can see the difference and you can decide once again how you want to do them. Again, using my Jacque Mgido brow pomade. And if you want to know more about this, you can watch my second video. I talk more about it. So I'm going to go in with my darker color. I am going to be using number 5, which is the closest one to like my skin color. And yes, I am going to be using 2 concealers. As you can see, this one's more of, it almost matches my skin color. And now with these, you set them with the eye shadows. You don't set them with translucent powder like you would concealer or anyone or any other eyeshadow primer. So pat, 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 pat. Make sure you have it blended down. Now I'm going to be using the lighter concealer, which is number 2. And you're going to see the difference. I want my eyeshadow to pop on my lids down here. So that's why I'm using 2 colors. I'm going to be using my, I don't want this color, this bright color towards the top. I just want it to make my eyeshadow pop on my lid. I don't necessarily want, and you don't really have to put primer on the top of your lid either. If you don't want, you could have just gotten away with putting this light one on the bottom. I go in with a beauty blender to make sure that it's blended evenly. I think I need a couple more dabs. I want to start with a tan transitional color. I think I'm going to go with Photo Op. I'm going to be using a brush like this. Photo Op is this color right here. I don't know, looks like a, and then what you want to do is you want to pack it in first. You don't want to blend it in. You want to pack it in. That's how you set this eyeshadow. You see that? So pack, 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 pack it in. And now I'm using the Jamenta from the Morphe and Manny MUA collab palette. What I want to do is I want to do like a shimmer, like this blue shimmer right in the middle of my lid, like a halo, but we shall see how this turns out. Forgive me for all the crazy faces. I know I make some crazy faces. You want to pack this on. I'm going to be using that eyeshadow color changer so that I can use this brush again. I'm going to use Zaya to kind of blend out, pack on, and blend out the top of these colors. I'm telling you, I love Morphe. These colors are so pigmented, just so pigmented. Now, I'm gonna take my finger to put this blue on. I think using your finger is like better than actually using a brush. Ooh, I'm looking spicy today. Picante, picante. Ya tú sabes. Oh, as you see, what I already did there. But let me tell you something. The both palettes are very pigmented, and this shimmer is coming off. Well, it's not even there's no fallout, so I give it a thumbs up. Actually, my other pure palettes that I've gotten in the past, I have not liked them that well, but this palette is pretty pigmented. I like it. Me like it a lot. I like it. Like I said, I use my fingers for the shimmers because I feel like shimmers go on better when you use your finger. Lost some of the color during the halation. Don't mind me, you know, me gusta. I like it to use new words. So, but that is so pretty. Wait till we put those lashes on. I'm telling you. And I wanted to do a bold eye look since I know last time I did more of a toned down, soft glam kind of look. There's a party, take me to the party look, okay? Gonna take the excess powder, that powder that I had baking on my nose. Now I'm gonna use foundation. So I'm using two foundations. I'm using the Kat Von D and the Clinique Super Balanced Silk Makeup in 18 Silk Sable, and this one is medium 65. I've gotten a little tan, and actually that Clinique one has a little bit of an SPF. I've gotten a little tan, but the Clinique one is a little bit still too dark for me, and then the Kat Von D is a little too light on me. So, and I blend them together. And then I take a foundation brush, and I don't blend it with this brush. And then just a little bit on the forehead. I want to get into my baby hairs. A little bit right here. Just a little bit goes a long way. And if you don't want I know I got questions about cakey makeup. Your makeup gets caked when you put one, too much foundation on, or two, too much powder. So like with me, I know it looks like I put a lot, but I actually didn't. I put a little bit on. Well, this might be a lot for some of you guys, but y'all know your girl likes full coverage foundation. I might put a little more than some of you that have, you know, the good skin. You don't have any blemishes or anything to hide. But anyway, put a little bit of foundation, because this is the thing, guys. You can always add more if you need more coverage. Like after this, if I go, I need more coverage, I can add more. Although I'm pretty sure the amount that I put on is perfect. Make sure that you start by applying a little bit at a time and then build up from there. But don't put like a whole glob on, because I'm telling you, it's going to be hard for you to take off. Like for example, let's say after I apply this foundation, and always you want to bring it to a little bit past your neck so that you don't have a line of demarcation. Let's say you're like, oh my goodness, I put too much foundation. Then what you can do is take a beauty blender and just start dabbing over your face like so. I do this anyway, so because I like my foundation to just look very seamless and very flawless. And we are gonna conceal. So I'm gonna use the lighter Tarte Shape Tape, which is the Tan 44H, a little bit under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose. Then I use the 47H, a little bit in my mustache area, and I put some in my eyes just so that it's not so bright under my eyes. And I use a brush and a beauty blender. I'm sure you guys remember that from my last video. Okay, now you want to set your face. Set your face. Huda Beauty, I'm using the color in Blondie, her baking powders. I love Huda Beauty's baking powders. Love, love, love them. And I don't bake, so as soon as I do this, I brush it off. Because with me, I find that if I bake too long, then my makeup looks cakey. And I don't like that. So here we go. Then I take, this is Beauty Bakery's flour powder. Oh, and Oat Translucent. I use that as my all over loose setting powder to set my foundation so it doesn't transfer. Ladies, if you have a boyfriend, a husband, you don't want to hug them and get your foundation all over them. So set your foundation with a little bit of powder, a little bit at a time, so that you're controlling how much powder you are using. And don't forget to set under here, because remember, you brought your foundation down. To make sure that I didn't over put too much powder, I'll take that beauty blender and go over my face to remove any excess powder so that it is not cakey. There went my blender off in the, I don't know, went to join the circus, I guess, because I don't know where it went. Anyway, we are going to use for contour that Kenya Ontiveros Beauty Set and Define. We're going to snatch the nose as usual. And I use that little square brush to do that. And so she has a contour, a deep contour, and then a bronzer. So we're going to use the deep contour and maybe the bronzer. Depending on how this looks. Let's see. I'm gonna use the color contour now because I think the deep one might be a little too deep than what I thought. Yeah, let's stick to the contour one. Let's see. But I feel like now I have to put some of that dark up here. So if you really want a snatch nose, yeah, that dark one, even on me, Lord have mercy, it is super dark. You can't really see on camera, but I wish you could see how dark this craziness is. But let's see how it blends out. Now, I don't know, some people like that exaggerated snatch nose look. Me, I just like a little some. I don't like, I want it so that you can't even tell I contour, but I don't know with the way this one looks. Okay, but it's blending out. Thank you, God. Let's try that contour. See, I don't know. I can see it a little bit, but not as much. So let's do the dark one. Let's do the bronzer. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's see. I don't like the way it shows up on camera, so I'm not sure that this would be a contour palette that I'd use. And it has a lot of fallout. I don't know. I'm not used to using, oh, I'm using the bronzer, by the way. I'm not using that contour stuff. I'm just using her bronzer. I think that's my best bet. I'm not really liking how the dark comes out. It's looking muddy, like, I don't know. It's not anything I'm used to. See, I like the bronze better because I just want to create shadows. I don't want it to look like I just threw mud in my face. I don't know about this palette. And if I'm dark skinned and it's looking like that on me, I don't know how it's going to look on you light skinned women. Now the bronze color does have shimmer in it because that dark contour, I don't like it. I'm using the regular contour, not the deep one. I don't know if I like this contour palette. I mean, what did it retail for? $42. My Morphe palette costs less than that. Matter of fact, my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, which I love in the medium to tan, is $40. I think I'll stick to my Anastasia Beverly Hills and my Morphe contour palettes. Even Benefits Hula Bronzer. Yeah, no, I would not give $42 for this. Oh, by the way, if you guys hear somebody laughing, you ain't going crazy. That's my brother's girlfriend in the background laughing at me because she thinks I'm crazy. I'm going to try to blend this out. Porque esto está fuera de serie. Oh, no. No, we can't have this. And this look is looking pretty too. Oh, heck, we can't know. Maybe I should start using some of this stuff before I actually film it for you guys so that I ain't surprised with y'all on how these products work. Or do you think it's best that I try it on with y'all and y'all can see the fool I make out of myself so y'all ain't making a fool out of yourselves, huh? Let's blend this down, blend it down, blend it. Because remember, you don't want those harsh lines either. Your contour should, blend in. It should look like you have a shadow. Because when you put foundation, you lose the shadows, the natural contours of your face. So you want to put them back. And you know what I mean? If you ever seen somebody with foundation and they don't do no contour and their face looks kind of flat, that's why. Or if you've ever done it and your face looks flat and you're like, yeah. And with contour, trust me, it's practice, practice, practice. The first time I contoured was for Mother's Day, I think in 2014. And my mother and me were going out to dinner. And I remember her saying, pero mija, ¿y tu cara por qué está prieta? Or basically, why is my face so dark? And I'm like, oh, I tried contouring. And my mom was like, I don't know what that is, but it's no good. No good, as she says, no good, no good. And that was the first time I contoured. My whole face was black. And I still went out to dinner like that because I was like, I am not taking all this out. So from my neck up, I was like 3 shades darker than the rest of my body. But that's how you learn, doing mistakes, practicing. And I didn't even start a skincare routine to maybe the end of last year. A lot of people think I'm younger. That's good genes, let me tell you, because it wasn't skincare routine. I just started my skincare routine now, and I wish I would have started it back when, because I'm all for looking young. So now we need to put some blush and see if we can fix this. Because I blended that out as much as I could. Oh my goodness. Well, epic fail. I'm telling you right now, oh my goodness gracious. Maybe it's on camera, it looks, because I'm looking in the mirror, I don't know. Listen, if you are warm tone, do not use that contour. That dark is too cool of a color, and that's why it looks muddy. If you've ever put a brown color on your face or a contour like me, and it looks muddy, that means you're warm and you're warm toned, and your skin is too warm for the cool tone. So what happens is when you put a cool tone on warm skin, you get that gray muddy look. That's why. So this will look better on a cool tone person. I am not that person. Okay. Listen, it'll be our secret. Don't tell nobody. Don't be going on Facebook saying, oh, let me tell you what Jessica did on her YouTube video. Like she had mud on her face. Because I'm going to be watching y'all. Y'all better not be snitching on me. It's our little secret. You don't tell nobody. Tell nobody. That's our mistake. Right? Look, I took the blush off. Now we're going to do the Urban Decay All Nighter setting powder. So I use the loose powder to set my makeup, and then I use the setting powder to keep my makeup locked in. It supposedly says that it's waterproof. I don't know if it is or not, but I do like that it kind of makes your makeup, especially when you pair it with the Urban Decay setting spray, it makes your foundation look seamless. All right, now before I use my setting spray, I'm gonna tight line my eyes, or try to, with that Laura Geller Line and Define eyeliner that I got in BoxyCharm. I don't really like big pens like this, but we'll see what happens. And that's the blue. Okay, here we go. Woo! Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Up, and there I go. See why I said I can't talk. I'm one of those people that can't talk and do their liner, because yeah, I just messed up. Oh lordy. But we gonna fix that. You see that? Oh, you see that right there? So anyway, we're gonna wait for that to dry. Matter of fact, while I wait for that to dry, I'm gonna put glue on my lashes and at least let them dry. I'm using clear glue. It goes on white. Then after a few seconds, it gets translucent. And that's how you know it's ready. You got to give it a few minutes. Well, not a few minutes, probably a minute or two. But it should be ready within a minute. Because you don't want to put your lashes on while this is wet, because it's going to roll everywhere. You got to let it get tacky. All right, now let's this eyeliner should be dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to scrape it off as best I can and then put eyeshadow over it. See? And guess what? It's barely coming off. So let's go back into that eyeshadow and try to cover that mistake. I mean, you know what's gonna save me? I'm gonna be wearing lashes anyway, and nobody better be all up in my eye like that. And if they are, well, oh well. Okay? I feel like I lost some of the blue shimmer. So I'm gonna put some glue on the lashes, let them set. And I'm not doing any fancy lashes. I'm doing some natural looking lashes because I want this eye look to pop. I don't want the drama to be about the eyelashes. I didn't spray. Urban Decay All Nighter. Oh, you know what? I forgot to use the setting spray that came in my Boxy Luxe. But you know what? I usually do 2 different setting sprays anyway, so it's actually good that I did that. So let's now try this on, shaking it. And I didn't cover my eyeshadow before I sprayed myself. Don't do that because it'll take your eyeshadow off, and I wasn't thinking, so don't do what I just did. So this is the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Makeup Setting Spray, and it smells like coconut. And it says you can mist it before your makeup and after, but it says dewy finish. I don't know. I mean, I put the Urban Decay one first by accident. I don't know if I call it dewy. I don't like that my nose is looking like that, so I'm gonna take a little bit of a setting powder and put it over my oily places. Okay. I don't know I guess it is dewy. So look, because I don't want it on my nose or my eyes. So since I remembered, let me put some on now. I'm about to put my lashes on, but before I do that, let's pop these lashes on. So these lashes are natural looking. It doesn't take away from your eyeshadow. So you can see them from the sides. You can tell I have lashes on. But from the front, they look very natural. So if you like natural lashes, I think you would like these. So natural. They look natural. I'm gonna use NYX Professional Fall Whites Vanilla, color in vanilla. I like this pencil. It's like yellow, so it's not like fully white. It's kind of like an off-white, and I want that dramatic white line since I didn't do the dramatic lashes. You see that that white line in there just makes the eye pop. And if you want, I'm thinking of going under a little bit with this royal blue eye pencil, just to give my eye more of a pop, since I didn't do a cat eye. Like I said, I wanted the focus to be on the eyeshadow. And then I'm going to smudge that out. But I think it looks nice. So even though it's eyeliner, you should still blend it out, buff it out with an eyebrow brush, an eyeshadow brush. See how that looks way better than this eye? That looks smoked out already. And that's what you want. You want the smoked out look. You don't want a harsh 1980s, 1990s line. Although some people are into that. But yeah, no. No bueno. You want to put some mascara on your bottom lashes. And be careful to not mess with the blue that you just put down there. And even if you're doing a natural look, you should always put mascara on. Because back in the day, I used to do eyeliner and put no mascara. And my eyes always looked weird. And then one day I realized, well, if I put mascara on, my eyes look actually like eyes. They look nicer. And there we go. You see that? Yep. Gotta wait for that to dry out so I can scrape it off. Anyway, while I'm waiting for that to dry out, I am gonna take the lip balm off my lips. We are going to line the lips. Blend that in. And then I'm going to go in with like a creamy semi-matte. They don't make these anymore. These are by BoxyCharm. They're lip whips. They make something different that I guess is close to this. See? So if you can do a bold lip with a bold eye. Just make sure your eyelashes aren't bold, and make sure your eyes, meaning like you don't have like the cat eye. I mean, you can technically, I guess, do the cat eye. But if I'm going to do a bold lip with a bold eye look, I personally just don't. So it's everybody's preference. I think that I'm ready to scrape this thing off. Guys, I forgot that was the finger that I used to put the eyeshadow on. I'm a hotmess.com. Well, we shall see how this is gonna come out. Let's put a little bit of eyeshadow. I mean, my goodness, foundation. Bro, can I speak? No puedo hablar. Ni inglés ni español aparentemente. Okay. So, I feel like we can still see that 47H in Tarte concealer. I'm just going to take a little bit. Lordy. Let's buff it out, I'm going to dip that into some setting powder and set it again. And then I'm going to take that brush that I used earlier to take the excess out. Like I said, these brushes are charcoal infused and they're so soft, and I got it in a BoxyCharm. I'm telling you, don't sleep on BoxyCharm. If you don't have BoxyCharm, click my link below. Subscribe. All right, let's put some blush back on there. I feel like there we go. But we don't want to look like a clown. So I'm going to dust some of this off. We don't want too much blush. We want to look like we are blushing, but we don't want to look like we're full of blush. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this spray. I actually don't think that it's like super dewy. Like, I would wear it. And it smells amaze balls. Smells like coconuts. Okay. You see, guys, you trusted the process and the look came together. All right, guys, let's put some highlight. So this highlight that I'm wearing is by Artist Couture, and it's in the color Purple Dream. Oh, and it's like an iridescent, I don't know. Oh, well, hello, guys. A little goes a long way. Oh, wow. If you look at the thing, it looks tan, but look, it's no wonder it's called a Purple Dream. Yes. Yes. See? We look extra. Guys, we don't need no cat eye. Who needs a cat eye when you're this extra? Make sure you're tapping it, because as you saw, I put too much at first. And you know what? This looks so good that I'm gonna put some of this in my inner corner. And I wasn't putting anything there, but we're gonna be all the way extra today. I'm telling you, this highlighter looks tan, and when you put it on, it looks purple. I love it, and it's called Purple Dream.
You want to put some in the eyebrow bowl?
My sister-in-law wants me to be super extra. And you see, listen, we already extra. We don't need to be more extra than we already are. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like, share this with all your friends and family. Mwah. Gracias, lo quiero. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you like it. And if you have any suggestions like you did in the last video, do not hesitate to comment below and give me an idea for what you would like a next video to be. Ooh, but I like that. Look at that. Ooh, I love Artist Couture. Oh, yes. All right, guys. I'm going to leave all my links below to all the things that I used. Till the next video, los veo. Ciao.